The Jefferson County Board of Education's weighing its options for the fall, trying to find a solution to the transportation issues that have plagued the district for decades. Tuesday night, the board was presented with 3 options to consider. One of them, stripping away bus transportation from a lot of students. Our Taylor Woods and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie explain.
Jefferson County Public School Board members will have the next 4 to 5 weeks before they decide what transportation will look like next school year. Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio made it clear something has to change since the district is projecting to start with 526 bus drivers. That's less than last year.
We cannot continue the same way, which one of the options is to continue the same way and expect students to get to school on time and get home on time.
The board is facing 3 options. Option 1, providing transportation to Reside schools only, which eliminates transportation to most magnet and traditional students. This would affect about 478 routes. Option 2, a hub for magnet and traditional students where families are responsible to bring their student to the hub. Or option 3, no transportation change at all.
The goal is then we would want to have 474 or less routes, so that we are on the right side of that math.
The district is trying to make sure the bus routes are supported with an equal amount of bus drivers so they can have a clear time between 6 to 6:15 p.m. But the JCPS chief of transportation told the board he prefers option 1, the plan that drops magnet and traditional busing.
Yes, that would be option 1.
JCPS Chair Dr. Corey Scholl urged the board to think wise about their decision. In Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS11 on your side.
The board is expected to vote on transportation in March. A Kentucky lawmaker is giving her insight into suggested task force, which aims to supervise JCPS and explore options to split up the district. Lindsay Tishner is a Republican senator who represents Jefferson, Oldham, and Trimble counties. She's one of 2 lawmakers who filed resolutions to create this task force. She confirmed even if this task force recommends dividing the district, there isn't a clear way to make it happen. The state constitution prevents law that specifically targets local governing agencies like a public school system. So we did ask, why go through all this trouble?
Here's the way I think it would be great is if Jefferson County says, yeah, let's move forward, and we don't have to have a piece of legislation, but we all come to the same agreement that let's find the best path forward for our students. And if this is what we recommend, let's get them on board and let's work together.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is also weighing in, saying in part all school districts are run by locally elected officials for good reason. I oppose the General Assembly trying to govern any individual school district, given the vast majority of them live outside the district. Well, just up I-65 in Indianapolis, there are 11 public school districts and several charter schools. Focus reporter Travis Brees spoke to one of the 11 districts about how it operates and asked an education expert whether or not it's fair to compare the 2 cities. That story is coming up tonight at 6. You won't want to miss it. Meanwhile, a $300 million proposal in Kentucky would fund early childhood education across the state. Child care in Kentucky is struggling with staffing shortages, a lack of spots for kids, and COVID funding running dry. The Horizons Act from Republican Senator Danny Carroll addresses some of those issues, including startup funding for small providers, increasing the number of families who can participate in the child care assistance program, and creating scholarship programs for eligible early childhood teachers.
So when we have educated teachers that are supported in quality learning environments, we have children that are much more likely to be prepared for kindergarten, to have higher reading scores and math scores in 3rd and 4th grade, and to be productive members of the workforce later on.
Carroll is requesting the $300 million investment to be included in the state budget currently under consideration. The man who pleaded guilty to shooting and killing a Louisville photographer during the 2020 protests will spend 30 years behind bars without the possibility of parole. Stephen Lopez was sentenced Tuesday. Police said during one of the Breonna Taylor protests outside Jefferson Square Park, Lopez pulled a weapon from a man and then fired into the crowd, hitting 27-year-old Tyler Girth, who was there taking photos. Lopez previously pleaded guilty to manslaughter and wanton endangerment. In court, he apologized to Girth's family.
I will forever remember the name Tyler Girth and do everything I can to live up to the man he was. I hope that he would have forgiven me as well.
His life didn't end that day. He gets to carry on a full life in front of him that Tyler does not. And I hope that he is inspired by that man that he stole from us.
During those statements, the Girth family spoke about the foundation they've created to continue Tyler's legacy, and you can find that information on WHAS11.com. Well, an Oldham County teenager is facing felony charges after police say she put a staple in a teacher's drink. A release from Oldham County Police said it happened on February 6th at Oldham County High School. Investigators said the student put the staple in the drink while the teacher was away from the desk, and that teacher then drank from the bottle, but fortunately did not swallow the staple. Police cited the student for wanton endangerment and assault against a school employee. There is a new director in charge of Louisville Metro Records. Marianne Butler is taking over as the executive director of records compliance. She has a long history of public service, serving as District 15's councilperson for more than a dozen years. The appointment comes after recent scrutiny over the Metro's handling of records. In January, the Kentucky Attorney General's office said Metro Louisville intentionally delayed releasing records without proper justification. So Butler will oversee both open records and records management and archives. The ACC has fined the University of Louisville $20,000 after women's head basketball coach Jeff Walz ripped into game officials over a controversial call. It happened after Sunday's loss to Syracuse when Walz delivered a minute-long rant over an intentional foul against Olivia Cochran. That foul cost the Cards the game by a single point. He said the call was god-awful and that the game officials should be embarrassed. The ACC released a statement yesterday in response to the comments, saying Walz violated the conference's sportsmanship policy, which prohibits anyone associated with the athletics program from publicly criticizing the officials. The ACC says the matter is now closed. Thornton's is closing its food mart and gas station in downtown Louisville. A spokesperson confirmed it's closing its location at First and Broadway, but did not provide a reason why. Now, that location has seen numerous police runs over the years, including a deadly shooting in 2022 when a security guard shot a man. The store will close on Monday, February 26, leaving just 2 other gas stations around the downtown area, a Shell at Hancock and Broadway and Bader's at First and Jefferson.